Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to another week in the life of running our dealership, NG Supercars.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and this is our dealership, NG Supercars. And I know every single week I'm like, oh, we've got a busy week, and I swear to God, one of these weeks I'll be like, hey, guess what? It's gonna be a super slow, boring week, but this one is not. So let me tell you everything that's going on and what we're gonna have to do this week. And of course, we'll bring you along for the ride, show you all the cars that we're buying and selling, and tell you about the cars that we're working on and show you some stuff as we do this. So please like, share, and subscribe if that sounds interesting to you because, well, it's all pretty real stuff, about as real as it gets. We're pretty unfiltered here. So let me show you the status of all the cars in the shop, and then we have to run up to Dallas today. So we're gonna be driving a whole bunch of miles. So this Roma right here, we actually facilitated through our consultation service, through our website, normalguysupercar.com. And basically we helped this person look at this car, inspect it, and now we're helping arrange shipping the car to Costa Rica. So it's not always just US clients, apparently. Well, we also did an oil change and got it all set up and make sure that it's ready to go. So they're ready to have this car and be able to enjoy it. That is Josh's car, so it's just chilling. That car, we were waiting on some gaskets to finish up its exhaust installation. So we have an IPE exhaust that we're installing in it. It's going to sound absolutely awesome. I can't wait to hear it. I love the IP exhaust. Again, on our website, normalguysupercar.com, use the code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10% off all the IP exhausts and a bunch of other exhausts that we sell. So we should hopefully have that wrapped up in the next day or two, maybe? We'll find out. This car has a pending sale. I have to go inspect its trade-in on a week from tomorrow. So I'll be flying out to Alabama. And we're gonna go look at the trade-in. It's a Porsche 911 Targa. Might be of interest to some of you, so if it is, send us an email. I'll show you pictures of it once I have them. This car is a client's car. We just need to have a new master cylinder replaced in it, and then it should be good to go. This car is all set, ready to rock and roll. It's a client's car that came in for a conversion. It's done, just waiting to get picked up. It was supposed to be picked up on Friday. Shippers, yeah. This car, we have multiple interested parties, including one pending deal, which I'm thinking will be hopefully wrapped up today. We'll see. Person's hemmed and hawed a little bit, so I don't know. If not, one of the other people, like I said, we had a lot of people interested in this car. It is a Rosso Scuderia car, so it's fairly rare color with a really interesting interior with a lot of Alcantara, so very desirable. It's a pretty cool car. I mean, how often do you see a Rosso Scuderia 458? My old 458 is here for some service, so we'll be working on that over the next, well, actually, we probably won't be able to get to it too much this week, so maybe we will, and if so, okay, cool. Oh, we had the front tires replaced, and then we found a nail in the rear tire, so now it's getting a new rear tire, and it has two check engine lights, or two causes of check engine lights. One is the secondary air system, and one is the intake manifold flap. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I'm hoping maybe we can clean it up without removing the intake, and if so, that will save a ton of money for the client, because removing the intake manifold on the 458 is an absolute pain in the ass, and I'm totally not looking forward to that. I really don't want to have to do that. Oh God. This 360 is sold. It just needs to go get converted. So we're waiting on space to free up to do the conversion. We actually have a car being converted right now. It's a yellow 360. We should be getting it back today, I believe. This Ferrari 360, we did a bunch of service on it. We got it dialed in on the cams. We had Auto Technic helping us, and then the windshield wipers broke. Yeah, we need to pull the windshield wiper stock, get the right part number, order that part, and get it replaced so it can go to its client, hopefully this week as well. The GT500 is supposed to be getting picked up on Thursday. That 458, I am flying out tomorrow to Los Angeles to go look at the trade-in. So if it's a good trade-in, we'll have that deal done, and that car should be going away probably this week, hopefully getting a Ferrari 430 black on black coupe on trade. So I'm looking forward to that. We like Ferrari 430s. We love Ferrari 430s. They're one of our favorites. No offers on the Porsche, no offers on the TTS, although we did lower the price. And of course, Scott's old 360, we are just waiting for time to be able to work on it. Okay, so that is the status of everything here. What we're doing today is we're driving up to Mecum, Dallas. We've got the 40-foot trailer loaded up. It's got the Charger and my GT40 in there. So we need to connect it up to my truck and drive all the way up to Dallas, which is about, well, actually it's technically in the Fort Worth side. So It's like 2.5 to 3 hours or so of driving. Honestly, it sounds stupid, but when I'm hauling the trailer, I actually really like when I'm hauling the trailer because you don't have to worry about like speeding and going fast or whatever. You just set the cruise control at speed limit and just kind of go. I'm in such a big vehicle that like people get out of your way. Although no one wants to be behind you, so they all cut you off trying to get around you, which is kind of strange. Show you the inside of that in a second. I don't have the locks off. We need to tighten down the straps because we strapped it up and then it sat over the weekend and it got colder, so the tires may have shrunk a little bit from air pressure. So we want to ratchet those back down. Pro tip, anytime you're doing cars and you have the straps going over the tires, always re-tighten it if the temperature changes, if it gets colder, because the tires will deflate from losing some pressure due to the cold. And next thing you know, they're bouncing around, and that's not such a good thing. And I'm an idiot, and I did not know this. So the landing gear on this thing actually has 2 speeds.
I am too smart. I am too smart. SMRT.
Forgive me, this is my first gooseneck. So basically you pull the shaft for the crank out, and it's got the high speed. So basically when you crank it, it moves the legs really fast, and then you push it in and it goes really slow. So like when you're actually trying to crank the weight of this thing up. I wish someone would have told me that. I'm a dumbass, I didn't know that. And I've been cranking on the slow thing forever, and it would take like, 10 minutes to crank this thing and you'd be exhausted. I'm such a dork. Oh, and you're gonna love this. All right, I just want to explain something. I'm not a real confrontational person. Stuff happens, whatever. But there's a few things that I will get kind of pissy about. One of them is I will defend myself and my family, especially my child, and I will defend my property. And this weekend, we had a little thing happen with our property. So, we've got cameras all over this building, and they send us alerts when stuff happens. And when we're not here at the shop, if we see cars or whatever, we usually just verify. Like 99% of the time, it's like shipping, like someone's dropping off a package or something, right? No big deal. Every once in a while, we get cars that come in here, it's the wrong address or something, and they turn around and leave. All right, no big deal. Sometimes we get some looky-loos, which is a little bit like, all right, I'm gonna watch you on the cameras and see what's going on. Well, I was waiting for actually a part for the trailer. So when I was hooking up the trailer, I noticed that the little, I don't know what you call it, like the little flap on the top of the trailer, the vent, there you go, it's a vent. The vent was broken. So I had to order a new vent, and of course that became a whole thing where it was raining this weekend and I didn't have a vent, so water wasn't leaking, so we did some janky stuff to prevent rain from getting in the, anyway, that was a whole thing. Friday was busy. So I was waiting for the vent because I wanted to replace it on the weekend, so I didn't have to do it today, so I could hook up the trailer and get going. Well, I get an alert that there's a vehicle in our driveway, and I look, and it's not the shipping company dropping off the vent, it's just some random cars, like cars, plural. And I'm like, what the hell? So I look in the camera, and there's like cars parked right here, there's cars parked over there, there's cars parked out in the grass, there's cars parked all over our property. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? As I'm like investigating this, the part does get dropped off. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go to the shop and see what the hell's going on. So I come to the shop, there's all these cars, again, parked all over. Like there's cars parked over there, out in the cul-de-sac, out on the other neighbor's property. There's cars everywhere. And apparently it was some sort of Hindu holiday or something this weekend, and it was all overflow from the temple next door. And I'm like, oh, this ain't gonna fly. Like they're parked in my grass. Like not even just on my rocks or asphalt, they're parked on the grass in my yard. That's not cool, man. So I decided to go into a rare asshole moment, and I took my truck and I parked it right on the driveway so that you could not get in or out. And I decided, you know what? I'm gonna chastise these people because that is completely rude and disrespectful of my property. So I waited for, I was working on the trailer, and as the people would come out and go to their cars, I would yell at them about, this is private property, you are not allowed to park here, and if you do it again, I'm gonna tow you. And I also was like, you need to go tell your other patrons of the temple to get their shit off my property immediately. And part of it is I was really mad because if I had been moving my trailer, I would have had to smash their cars in order to get out. Like, I don't know that I could have made this turn very easily. It would have been a close call with where the cars were parked. Well, if you are in the way of that trailer and it drags across the side of your car as I'm trying to leave, well, that's not on me. And I wouldn't really care because the trailer's pretty beat up already, so it would have been whatever. And the other thought I had was, well, I guess I'm gonna have to put the go jacks on some of the cars and literally yank them out of the way with the truck. I don't like being confrontational, but that was uncalled for. That was totally bullshit. Don't do that. Don't park on someone else's property, especially in their yard without their permission. That's not cool. So I need to send Nastygram to the temple and be like, don't do that again. We're just gonna go straight to having cars get towed next time. Like, I'm not gonna be nice. Oh, and also, just as long as we're talking about things that aren't wonderful, got our tax bills for the business. Anyone wanna guess how much we have to pay in taxes annually to run this thing? So we have property taxes for the building itself, and that was close to like $18,000 because it's a business, so you don't get any homestead exemption or anything like that. Like, it just straight up, you pay what you pay. All right, that hurts. That's not great. Well, then there's like some stupid tax about like, you have to pay annual tax on things that you own in the business, like desks and furniture. Really? And then it worked out to be basically like $1,000. Okay, not a big deal. Okay, so we're up to like $19,000. And then there's some other tax, which I don't even know what the hell it is. Doesn't make any sense to me. That was like $7,000. So we're at like $25,000, $26,000 in taxes to run this business. That's just taxes. Then we have insurance and all this other stuff. Between all the extra just BS expenses, it's easily in the six figures, easily. It's crazy. This country's supposed to be all like pro small business. They sure don't make it easy for small business, let me tell you. All these big tax breaks that the big companies get, why don't they give that to us little guys? Like, we could use that. And the big guys, screw them. I need that tax. You know what happened? If I didn't have to pay those taxes, I could hire another person. That's straight up. Like, all that extra cost is easily someone's salary. I'm just saying. That's not a political thing anyway. I'm just talking about taxes being high as a business owner, that's all. Like, let's not get into the whole politics, please. Please. I'm just bitching about taxes, not about the politics. All right, well, let's hook up the trailer and head up to Dallas-Fort Worth and go to Mecum to drop off these cars. All right, let's hook up this trailer and get it going. The cool thing about the truck, let's turn off that, is we have that camera, which is super helpful. And I can even zoom in. Whoops, not that button. That button, I can zoom in. A little bit off. It's probably about right. We'll try that. That's probably about right. Okay, let's crank it down. Oh yeah, we got it. See, I got the crank on the high speed now. Look at that, they move pretty quick. Oh, there, maxed out, nice. All right, trailer's hooked up. So we've got the charger, and then way in the back, barely visible, is my GT40. So we're just gonna give the ratchets a quick reefing. I'm gonna pull the truck forward and then open up the rear. It'll make it easier to get in there. So let's do that, and then if that's all good, we're on our way. Oh damn, look at all the condensation today. It's so humid. Damn. It rained a lot over the weekend, the last 2 days, so not a shock. All right, we're on the road, and we're on my least favorite road to go on in this area. It's called Ronald Reagan, and the speed limit's 65, and you never can go 65 because there are so many trucks that drive this road. It's just insane. Usually it's like big rock haulers and dump trucks or cement mixers and stuff, but you can see it's just non-stop due to construction, and then all the materials facilities are out this way, and none of these bastards drive anywhere close to the speed limit ever. Oh, you know what? I want to talk about something that was fairly interesting. We've never had this happen before. So we have a client who's trying to buy a car, and they actually ran ChatGPT on some stuff, and it was really interesting because ChatGPT actually told them to ask to verify that the car we were selling was not in the flood. Like, it was like, oh, NG Supercars had a flood, make sure that this is not a flood car. I was like, wow, that's really fascinating. that number one, it's that up to date, and that it mentioned that as something to consider. So that was really kind of interesting. So someone was like, oh, you know what you need to do is tell Chat GPT that all the flood cars are taken care of and stop asking about that. So I might try that. I might like log into Chat GPT and be like, hey, NC Supercars flood cars are all taken care of, so stop mentioning that. We've got 2 hours and 25 minutes, 166 miles to go. Although at our current pace, it might be a little bit longer than that. I have no idea how much that Charger weighs, but it's gotta weigh a shit ton, because this is the first time I've really noticed that the truck is struggling to accelerate. Like it's not accelerating. So we just came up to a stop sign, and that stupid truck, there was a truck that was in front of me. It actually was a different truck. It was a rock hauler. And we get to a stop sign, and it's one of these where you gotta drag race in order to merge. And we both go, and I put to the floor, and he's beating me, and I'm like, oh shit. And first of all, I'm like pissed off, because I'm like, dude, come on, you were driving like 15 under, and now you're drag racing me to get in front of me? What the hell? So he eventually let up, and I got in front of him, but the truck was not moving very fast. It's struggle bussing. So I don't know what my total weight is right now, but that stupid Charger must weigh, I'm gonna guess 6,000 pounds, maybe. So I'm probably at about 8,000 or 9,000 pounds, plus the trailer is like 7,500, I think. So we're getting close to like 16,000, 17,000 pounds. I think usually when we haul, we're closer to like 12 to 13. So it's pretty heavy right now. I can feel it, and I can also feel it in the braking. It's definitely slower to brake. It's noticeable. That thing sounds pretty nasty. Well, we're at the drop-off point. I guess we'll get unloaded, get the cars checked in. Oh, there's a Carmen Ghia. There's some cool stuff here. I supposedly can leave my trailer here. I guess. I hope. I don't know. I'll talk to someone. We'll see what's going on. Well, let's go get them checked in, and I don't know. I gotta see if I can drop off the trailer and go from there. All right, I'm not totally cool with this. They like have vehicle drop off, and you literally just drive in and then walk away. Like no one was like, oh, this is the right car, or checked anything, whatever. So far, I'm not impressed. Like, why wouldn't they just have someone being like, oh yeah, your car's on the list, you're all set, blah, blah, blah. Ironically, I ran into an old friend who's selling a Porsche 928 on Thursday. I am going to move the Charger in, and then, I don't know, I guess I leave. So strange. That's it. Bye-bye GT40. Hope it does well. All right, we have a plan. I can drop off my trailer. I'm gonna be the first one to drop it off. I guess I'm gonna set the trend. Let's go park it and let's go home. Well, no trip to Dallas is complete without some sort of slowdown. Although admittedly, this is not too bad. Usually it's a lot worse than this, but you know, if you're gonna go to Dallas or Fort Worth for that matter, you definitely have a slowdown, period, end of story. Alrighty, we've got a little over 2.5 hours, or about 2.5 hours to get home. So I'm gonna be hitting close to rush hour, which means that I think Google's estimate is crap, and it's not gonna be the case. Plus I'm gonna have to stop and get fuel and something to eat, because I'm starving and it's already 2:15 in the afternoon. And I will say I am not super pleased with the way that drop-off goes. There's no one there like reassuring you that, yeah, we're gonna like take care of your car, or a receipt or something letting you know, hey, I dropped off the car, you guys are taking possession of it. And you know, like, some of these cars are really expensive, so it's not like you just want to like hand it over. I mean, some random dude could literally be like sitting in there and just like take your car and then go, and no one would know. Like, just put on a Mecum t-shirt and you can steal a car. Okay, I didn't really like that. It's insured, I guess. Well, I screwed up. I purposely set the stuff I need to go check out the car tomorrow on my desk, so I would grab it when I was coming to get the trailer, so I wouldn't have to go back to the shop after dropping off the cars. Well, they're still sitting on my desk at the shop, so I guess I am gonna have to go back to the shop to go pick up that stuff so I can go inspect this car tomorrow. hate when I do stupid things like that. Good news is we are, knock on wood, making okay time for a Dallas run, because typically there's always something. So I'm still waiting for some bad traffic thing, something. Like, it's gonna happen, so we'll just accept it when it does. We're gonna stop at Slovacek's and pick up some badass kolaches. So if you're ever driving from Dallas or Fort Worth down to Austin or San Antonio for that matter, and you're on I-35, you need to stop at Slovacek's in West Texas. It's in the town of West. So we're gonna go pick up some of that stuff, and that will be my lunch, and that will also be some bonus points for Megan because they have some stuff that she likes. So yeah, definitely a good move. Oh, there is only one caveat if you come to Slovacek's. The roads, the exit and on-ramps and stuff are awful. It is bouncy, bouncy, bouncy right here. Oh yeah, oh look at, oh, yep, here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Which is not so bad when you're just driving, but if you're in a low car or a car with a trailer, it is a big problem. All right, here we go. There's Slovacek's. It's at the Exxon station. Yeah, buddy. Get us some good food, fill up some gas, and continue on. Got my kolache. It's the barbecue ones that are the bomb for like actually eating. Wow. Yeah. That's right. It's got barbecue beef in there. Oh. Wow. And then I got the like pastries things. I'll show you those later. They're pretty good too. More of a dessert. I don't understand this. So we're in Waco right now, and they have been doing some work on I-35 for like the entire time I lived in Texas. So like 10, 15 years or something like that. It's been forever. They finally finish it, and they give us like 2 years, and then they rip it all up. I don't get this. Like, this was all just done, and they're ripping it up again just to make it so that none of us can go through Waco without pain. Because let's be real, like no one's going to Waco. Like you don't drive I-35 because you're like, oh, I'm going to Waco. No, you're going to Dallas or Austin or San Antonio. That's it. Those are your options. No one's stopping in Waco. I guess maybe if you need fuel, but why would you do that? Down to 2 lanes from 4. Smooth. Makes it real good. Actually, all things being said, it's actually moving okay, but it's only 3:30. So if we were here in an hour from now, this is probably gonna be a disaster. All right, at the stub, picked up what I need to pick up. So I'm gonna head home. I got my computer, I got the other stuff I need. Everything's all set. So then I get up super ass early and I head to LA tomorrow. Sweet. So we'll see you guys in the morning, really early.
The next.
Remember I was telling you about the kolaches? Oh yeah, so good. So good. All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. I think my flight's at 7:15, 7:20. Yay.
The next day.
All right, it is, what time is it? It's 5:47. All right, had to get up at 4:30, and we got about an hour and something until my flight. I get selected for secondary screening pretty frequently when I'm traveling for these because you have all these weird tools. So this time they really didn't like my brake caliper tester or my brake pad testers. I don't know, because they're metal. But we're gonna go chill in the Sky Club for a little bit, get some breakfast, and get on our flight to LA. 3.5 hour flight. Hopefully this car is gonna be good. It's a black on black Ferrari F430, 26,000 miles. Look pretty good, black with Daytona seats. Should be a good car. Plane spotting before taking off. Kind of hard to see. There you go. All right, got my breakfast. And I have the whole outside to myself right now. So no one wants to sit outside when it's 5 a.m. How cool is this? So I'm at the Sky Club and no one's outside. It's got like peace and, well, that's not quiet. I guess it's not even really peaceful because there's constantly like airplanes taking off and stuff, but it's still pretty cool. Just enjoying some low time, I guess, not quiet time. Low energy time. Still have 35 minutes until we board, so at least get a little bit chill. Say more airplanes. I kind of like this stuff, but I guess a bit of an av geek, but whatever. I could probably sit here and watch airplanes take it off all day. I know, I'm lame.
Attention all Delta passengers traveling to Los Angeles, California, DL Flight 306. We're going to start the boarding process.
If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust.
Alright, made it to LAX and we're early. I keep getting flights that are landing early generally with Delta, which is pretty awesome. So we need to go get my rental car and go take a look at this 430. Alright, we got ourselves a Toyota something SUV. No idea what. Just saw it as a Toyota and I thought
in a quarter mile,
reliable,
use any lane to take the I-405 south.
Reliable and cheap on gas. That's all I care about on these sorts of things. I'm not looking to be cool. I am just trying to go. We're getting on the 405. Hooray! And we got about an hour drive to get to our destination. Not too bad. So off we go. It's the 405.
Use any lane to take the I-405.
All right, we are in SoCal on the 405, heading towards Huntington Beach. So hopefully we find a really nice car. It looks pretty good in the pictures. I don't want to be too cautiously optimistic, but I think it's gonna be a good car. Funny enough, I had no idea, but they were like, "Oh, are you here for the Dodgers game tonight?" I was like, "No." Okay, I guess people fly in for Dodgers games. Sorry, I'm not like a sports kind of guy. On the plane, the guy sitting next to me was like, "Oh, is that so-and-so?" I'm like, "I have no idea who that is." And he's like, "Oh, it's this basketball player. He dated a Kardashian." I'm like, "Really?" Like, okay, well, I don't pay attention to Kardashians and I don't pay attention to basketball, so I have no idea who you're talking about. He's like, "Oh yeah, it totally is that guy." I'm like, "Cool." I guess someone famous, some basketball player was on the plane. He was a very, very tall human being, so it seems likely that he was a basketball player. And it sure, like, he pulled up a picture of the guy. It really looked like him, so Probably. Good thing we're not going the other direction. Although we will be afterwards. So maybe the ride back up this way is gonna suck. By the way, assuming this doesn't take all that terribly long, because it's only 9 something in the morning because of the time change. So it's 2 hours time difference from Austin to LA. So I mean, we might be done with this by noon. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go to the Petersen Museum and go check out some cool cars there. That's kind of the plan. Because I can't even check into my hotel until like 4 or 5. This is more of what I expected. I had to assume it was going to be slow at some point. I was like, man, I'm getting really lucky. I was just hustling, barely any traffic, and then this. Well, that's all right. I've got all day. I have all the time in the world. I'm not flying out till tomorrow because unfortunately there really wasn't any options to do a turn and burn. Kind of a challenge to get in and out of LA because of the time changes. Plus, I just didn't want to risk like getting stuck in traffic and not being able to get the job done. This looks about as California as possible with palm trees in the middle of the road. Awesome. There. And Surfside, homes by the sea.
A few moments later.
Well, shit. We're going to have to pass on it. There's some issues that he wasn't aware of. Again, this is why we go do this. They weren't obvious issues, but they're issues that substantially change the value of the car. I'm bummed about that because we need 430s. We need 430s so bad. Well, that's a bummer. I guess I gotta reach back out and see if someone else wants to buy this 458 because now we have this 458 that's been sitting here for 2 weeks. So, damn it. And so it's only 11. I'm gonna see if there's any way I can fly out today. We'll see. I'm gonna try that first. So before I even start driving, I'm just gonna see if I should be driving to Petersen or if I should be driving to the airport. Balls, man, balls. Well, since I have some time due to LA traffic, oh look, there's downtown. Cool. Yeah, it's gonna be a little while, but I wanted to point out, this is why we do this. We fly out and go look at cars because of this exact reason, and this is why you should consider hiring us to help you. So if you're interested in buying a car, even if it's not our car, we can help you by going and flying out and look at a car and helping make the deal happen. So if you are, it's part of our all-inclusive PPI/buying service. And that's the other thing is we can buy it into our dealership, so that way you're dealing with us, not some third party, not some scammy dealership, if it is at a dealership. And it makes it say it's a smoother process. If you're gonna do that, one word of advice, don't reach out to anyone about the car. Reach out to us first, because if you reach out to them and then we reach out to them, it makes it seem like the car is getting more interest and stuff, and then we're gonna have a harder time trying to get a good deal on it. That's the one thing we ask people. It's not the end of the world if you do, but it makes it harder and it's less likely that we can help you save some money. So that's ultimately our goal, is we want to try and save you money. Like, generally speaking, when people buy this service from us, the service pays for itself. Either we help find flaws in the car that they are now aware of, that they weren't going to have knowledge of, or a lot of times we can negotiate the price lower, and it's frequently it's less than the cost of our service. So I'm not saying that that's a guarantee, but we love when that happens, because I love when I can tell someone, yeah, they spent this money with us to save more money than that on the car. So it ended up being a net gain, which is great. Slow traffic. Yay. Yay for LA. I tried to see about getting another flight out today instead of tomorrow, and there was a flight that's like 4 or 5 this afternoon. However, the only seats available were middle row. I don't feel like, I'd rather go to the Petersen and chill and not have to sit in the middle row and be uncomfortable, because I mean, I'm a big guy. I don't want to be squeezing between two randos. I don't mind if I'm sitting in the middle row, it's people I know, because then I can kind of like lean on them or whatever, but I don't want to be like, squeezed in like that. It's just, no, sorry. Plus, it was substantially more expensive to fly home tonight, so whatever. We'll just deal. We'll fly out tomorrow morning.
Okay, we're going to the Petersen vault.
Well, good lord. Oh, we'll have to see that Ferrari. Okay, let's check it out. I think that's like a Shelby Series 1 or something. We've got Viper
The Jag XJ 220, Mira, oh, Ferrari 125M, Porsche 959. Just this one room. Oh, a bunch of Ford GTs. Oh, and a GT40. Good God. A bunch of other Ferraris. Good Lord. XKSS. Gorgeous. Wow. Ridiculous. So it's the 125S, not the MM. One of two. Yep, one of two. This is one of 7 of the GT40s that were actually road legal. So cool. 48, SF90, and an Enzo. Just chilling. Almost walked right past it. Trying to figure out what's up with this Corvette. It's like huge wheels, weird rear end, Alcantara, hand-stitched Corvette. Okay, I'm not sure. It's just modified? For Fate Challenge. With some art on it, but I love this. You can tell it's a real race car because the wheels are trashed. And you can tell it's 458 because the side of the mirror is all wonked out. See? Which famous head of state do you think this Mercedes belonged to? Anyone have an idea? I don't think you'll guess it right. What? No way. That's insane, man. In the race car room. Good Lord. Oof. Yeah, this room's good. Oh yeah, here you go. A Schumacher F1 car. Man. It's just gorgeous. The older F1 cars are just so pretty. They're actually so much smaller than the new ones. Look how big these beasts are compared to this thing. Good Lord. Oh, shit. There you go. Damn. How in the hell did Jeremy Clarkson fit in this thing? It's so tiny. Look at this. Dinky. It's awesome. Oh, sweet God, yes. I want one so bad. I think I should do a Lancia Stratos kit car. I love how big the fender gaps are. Because race car, you could fit a couple fingers in there. Whatever. The Garth Mobile AMC Pacer, hell yeah. That's awesome. Well, just spent a couple hours at the Petersen Museum. That was pretty fun. Really interesting cars there, some cool history. I actually ran into some guy from the UK and we ended up talking about cars for like 20-30 minutes. That was actually probably the highlight of the thing. Some cars I'd never seen before, some really interesting stuff. Yeah, it was totally worth it. But I guess it's time to go over and return my rental car and go to my hotel. I'm gonna edit videos and be bored. So there you go. Thus concludes my day. On the plus side, I've reached out to a bunch of the people who were interested in the black 458 that the deal fell through today, and I think we may already have a deal on it. So that would be great. I don't want it to be around any longer. Now that we've already spent all this time on it. All right, dropped off the rental, and I'm trying to walk over to the Marriott, which is where I'm staying, and it's literally like a 3-minute walk, and I want to get an Uber, and you can't leave the Hertz lot until like a bus comes, so I need to wait for a bus. Oh, here comes the bus. So I'm gonna sneak out the gate when the bus comes and just walk the 5 minutes, okay? All right, not too bad. About a little over a 10-minute walk. A little bit hotter than I expected. Almost sweating. Let's get checked in, check out this hotel, and probably order some food or something and chill for the night. Do some editing. All right, made it to the hotel. It is 4:30, so I got some time, so I'll be able to do some work. I'm exhausted. Got a pretty decent view. There's the airport. Cool. Oh, hey, look, there's downtown. I guess I'll chill for a little bit, do some work, and then grab some food, and that's probably about it for now.
the next day.
Good morning, YouTube. It's 6 a.m. here in Los Angeles, and, well, my flight's not until 10, so we do have some time. So I'm gonna go grab some breakfast, and then we're gonna get to the airport early and just sit around, and I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll just sit around and try and work on the computer and stuff. I'm so lame. I didn't do anything really exciting last night. I just got some dinner and then went to bed. I know. Oh, so the exciting life you lead, flying around the world looking at cars. It's not as glamorous as you think. It's a lot of boring crap like airports and hotels and stuff. So let me get my stuff packed up, grab some breakfast, and let's head on home. All right, we're going up the escalator to the LAX Delta Sky Club. We'll see if this one's much nicer. Looks to be much larger. I heard it was huge, so let's check it out. Oh yeah, much bigger. Nice. Got some more breakfast and got a awesome view. All right, this Sky Club wins. All right, it's go time. Got 10 minutes. Oh yeah. Here we go.
The forward doors have detachable slides that can be disrupted.
Okay, made it to Austin a little early. It's not even 3 o'clock. I wasn't supposed to get until after 3. That flight was bouncy at the end. The winds here were pretty strong. I read that this morning that the winds were supposed to be like 30 miles an hour, so we were bouncing around. That was interesting. It wasn't the worst I've had in Austin, but it was a lot. We actually flew directly over, or not directly, but really close to my old house. Okay, let's get out of here, get home, and get to the stub. Okay, YouTube, I am on my way back to the stub. Oh, there is clearly an accident on the other side of the road. Glad we're not going that way. It's like 40 minutes drive right now, a little bit of traffic. 3:45 ETA. I need to change the brake pads on this truck bad. They're grinding like crazy. I don't know how long they're gonna make it. I think I'll have to do that tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna have time today, but they're legit like toast. Of course, as soon as I got off the plane, it was like my phone exploded, even though I had Wi-Fi the whole time. I don't know, just all of a sudden everything piles up, as it always does. All right, YouTube, back at the stub. So, 360 here is going out to its owner in a few days. We just got to adjust the parking brake. It's the only thing left. Everything else done. We actually figured out the windshield wiper thing. So Josh took apart the steering column, took apart the windshield wiper controls, cleaned up all the contacts and stuff, which admittedly, pain in the ass to do. You have to get in there and take apart everything. But it seems to be working now, so that's awesome. It saves a ton of money because that part was like $1,000. It was crazy. Got the wheel back, so it's got a new tire. So that one's all set. We're gonna start working on this thing pretty soon. It's Josh's old car, or Josh's old car, his current car. The Porsche is gone getting the TPMS fixed or reset or something. I don't know, something was up with that. So that black 458, that's the one that was supposed to be traded on the car that I was going to look at, which is now back available. But I posted it, you know, because we already had everything all set, so I got it resubmitted online, and we already have like lots of people interested. No solid offers, but multiple people interested. Lots of trade-ins, random cars and stuff, Corvettes, Porsches, multiple Porsches. I don't think it's gonna last long. It's priced pretty aggressively and it's in excellent shape, so we'll see. 458 Spider over there is almost done. Oh, do we have any word on when the Roma's getting picked up?
He's working on it.
He's working on it? Okay.
Yeah, it's going to Costa Rica. So
I know it's gonna take a while. GT500 is finally going out the door tomorrow. Bye-bye GT500, it's been fun. Such a cool car. I'm gonna miss that car. I'm actually already trying to do some work. I need to update the tune on that car. So we're gonna tune that thing so it doesn't have a check engine light, get that all set and taken care of. So that won't take me very long, but I'll have to wait for the tune to come back, which won't be probably until tomorrow. All right, YouTube, I am going to go home and see my family since I haven't seen them in 2 days. So, not a whole lot's changed since I spoke about 30 minutes ago. I'm coming tomorrow, that car will go away, some other stuff's gonna happen. And then the Charger actually hits the block tomorrow at Mecum. So I might try and do a live stream during that. I gotta find out what time it runs. Josh will be there. So Josh is actually gonna drive up to Mecum tonight, and then we'll see how that goes. And then of course, I'm gonna be driving up to Mecum on Saturday. Oh, and this Saturday is the first Saturday of the month. So we're gonna be having our car meet here in the morning. And then also Saturday, December 6th is the 100K celebration. So if you want to join us, you need to RSVP. We need to know a head count. It's totally free, free barbecue, hang out, do some cool stuff, free beer. You can register at ngsc.me/100K. So that's right here. And it should be a lot of fun. We'll unveil the 100K plaque. Look forward to it. It's gonna be awesome. So that's December 6th, Saturday, and it'll probably be at 10 a.m. This will be the last meet. This coming Saturday will be the last meet at 8 a.m. for a while because of the time change and stuff. During the winter, we let it warm up a little bit. During the summer, we let it stay cool and do it early. So there you go. All right, well, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, YouTube. It is Thursday, which means tonight is our Thursday Night Live. It also means it's the last day in this week in the life of running our dealership, NG Supercars. So we've got a few things going on. This morning's gonna be super busy, and then it's probably kind of calmed down a little bit. So this morning I've got this GT500 heading out. So the owner is coming to get it, but we still need a few of the parts that we were selling with the car. So the previous owner had some extra parts. He's supposed to be dropping those off any minute now. The Porsche Cayenne that was here
was getting the TPMS sensors fixed. So that's gonna be dropped off any minute now. And then we have someone coming to look at that also this morning. And then Rachel, our helper, is showing up and she's gonna be here for the day. And then I have a phone call at 11:30. So basically from now until 11:30, I'm just gonna be scrambling and running around and doing a bunch of crap. Then this afternoon, it's gonna calm down hopefully, and I'm gonna work on my truck. My truck desperately needs brakes. So it's one of those where I could hear the brake squealers and I thought, is that the brake squealers or is it just like a rock or whatever? And so I ignored it like any proper truck owner should until they finally started grinding. Yeah, they're toast. They are like really bad. Like I was getting nervous driving the truck. They were so bad. So we have to replace the brakes today. Absolutely have to, because I don't trust driving it anymore. To make things a little more complicated, I am missing the rear rotors. I have the front rotors and the front and rear pads and brake fluid, but no rear rotors. Sweet. So I need to call the parts store. I need to call O'Reilly's and see if they have them or what's up with that, because I paid for them. Just don't have them. That car needs to go to Makina very soon. That car as well. We have the yellow car that got converted. That should be back from Makina. The blue car also got finished up, so that should be going out the door. So we have that car going out the door, this car going out the door. I have the tune for that 458. Oh, that's another thing I have to do. I have to flash the ECUs on the 458. Oh, the wheels are back. They look really good. I like that. The black wheels. I don't know if I would have painted the diamond coat, but I like them. So that car is going to be all done and ready to go out the door, I believe, today. Sweet. And then this car, we are waiting for this, the fuel door. So, you know, this is a common problem, the 458, the fuel door on these cars would get stuck where it open up a little bit and vent and cause an evap check engine light. So we got that on order. Super expensive part, by the way, like really expensive. So that's gonna happen, and then we're still working on that black car. So I might move the black car out since it's now for sale again and pull it out of the corner. And I might move the Roma into the corner because I don't think that car is gonna be going out the door anytime soon since it's shipping to Costa Rica. All right, so the former owner of the GT500 just dropped off all the old original parts. I don't know what we're gonna do with all that. I don't think it's gonna be able to fit in the cars. We'll have to see what the new guy wants to do with it. We can jam some of them in, but there's no way in hell all those will fit in this thing. I don't think. Maybe they will. I could be wrong. All right. So I got the brake rotors squared away. They were shipped and then they just forgot to deliver them. So they'll be here in probably the next 15 minutes. So great. That means there's like five more cars coming in the next 10 to 15 minutes. I should probably go pee before everyone gets here so I don't have to, you know how it is. Plan your pee. All right, YouTube. GT500 is gone. Although we could not fit all the parts, so we're gonna have to arrange shipping those parts. I'll have to get some quotes for it. No idea how much it's gonna cost. I'll take some pictures, get some measurements, and see what we can do. Finished programming the 458, so we need to take it out on a test drive, make sure the programming is good and the tune is good, and if so, I believe it's all set. So we'll work on that. I'll drive it later today. In the meantime, I need to just kind of get situated, and now I'm gonna work on my truck. Yeah, fun. I'm probably actually gonna pull one of these cars out so I have room to work on it because it's huge and it takes up tons of space. So I think I'll move that 360 out just for a little while to work on the truck. At some point, I'm gonna have to shuffle all the cars because like I said, I think I want the Roma to go back there and that 458 to come over here. So we'll be moving stuff around.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, YouTube. It's already 4 o'clock. And as you can see, I haven't started on my truck. The day was nuts. So Josh is up in Dallas at Mecum. So first of all, the Charger ran at Mecum and it sold. It actually did pretty okay. It got very, very close to our initial reserve and we were on the phone with the owner of the car. It actually is owned by Al Toon, football player. So Josh was on the phone with him and he had us lower the reserve and it went above what he had us lower it to. So he's very happy, we're happy, that car is done, the deal is done. Nice. So that's cool, at least that worked out. Josh bid on a couple other cars. So far, nothing else. The auction is still running. We'll see. Gives me a little hope that maybe the GT40 will do well. I don't know. So, you know, we have Rachel helping us out, and she's been doing a lot of stuff on the website, answering emails, phone calls and stuff. She's been awesome. So she was here today, and we were working together for most of the morning. And then we ended up getting a bunch of phone calls and stuff. We had someone interested in the Porsche.
And so I took him for a test drive and we discussed it, negotiated, whatever. Don't have a deal yet. Solid maybe? I don't know. Then, like 5 minutes later, Rachel had arranged for someone to come look at the 458, and it actually is a local guy. Turns out it's someone we know, which we always love that. I had no idea. I was just like, Rachel's like, oh, someone's coming to look at the 458. He shows up. I'm like, oh, I know you. He gave us a deposit, so that car is now sold. So that's how fast they sell. So Tuesday, the deal fell apart on that car. I relisted it Wednesday at the airport, and today's Thursday and it's sold. So that car has been on the market for about 20, not even, yeah, I guess it's a little over 24 hours, about 28 hours. There you go. That's how quickly these cars can sell. It's crazy. I still have to drive that car, and I still have to do the brakes on my truck. So I think I'm gonna have to drive that car tomorrow. The brakes on the truck, God, I really need to do that. I just need to do that right now. I need to move cars and do the brakes. God, I don't think I can do that in 2 hours. God. All right, well, I'm gonna do what I can. Let me tell you, YouTube, working on the truck sucks. Everything's super heavy and dirty. So my pads were totally screwed. Check this out. Yeah, there was literally nothing left. And the rotor, look at the scoring. It is toast. Yeah. Well, good thing I'm doing this. I'm flushing the brake fluid as long as I'm doing it. Turns out the back brakes, totally fine. I didn't change those out. I just flushed the fluid because the fluid is gross. But the brake pads and the rotors were perfect. So I'm gonna let those go for another 80,000 miles. Okay, YouTube, that is it for this week. Got the brakes done, and that sucked. It is now 6:30 in the evening. The sun is almost totally set. Oh, actually, you know, it's probably not such a bad thing because starting next week is the end of daylight savings time, and we go into standard time. And that means right now it'd be totally dark, which would suck. I hate standard time. Why can't we just make daylight savings time permanent? I'm for that. Everyone else for that? We should make that, like, that's what I want from politics. End the time change. Make daylight savings time permanent. That's it for this week. You guys are amazing. So we got lots of stuff still going on. I'm gonna be heading up to Mecum on Saturday. I'll bring the camera. We'll see what happens. So I'll see you then. I'm gonna be editing videos tomorrow, so nothing exciting there. A charger is sold, so that's awesome. That was great to see. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go home. I'll see you guys on the live at 8 p.m. Central tonight. Hopefully I can stay awake. I'm gonna go drink a beer. I am so tired today. Today was nuts, absolutely nuts. Just nonstop from the second I got here till the second now. So now, yeah. Check out normalguysupercar.com. There you can buy parts and services from us. We do appreciate the support. Use the code NGS10, hooks you up 10% off. And of course, go to ngsupercars.com. There you can buy, well, there you can see the inventory, although admittedly, we don't have much inventory right now. We have one yellow 360 and the Porsche might be sold, we don't know. And the Audi TTS and the coaster bus. And that's pretty much it. We need to buy some cars. Badly. We need to do some more giveaways. So I'll tell you what, we're gonna randomly choose someone in the comments and we're gonna give them a hat or a t-shirt. Their choice, dealer's choice. You guys choose. We'll make you do something in the future. I gotta think of that ahead of time. We'll see you guys next week. You guys are amazing. It's gonna be awesome. We'll be doing car stuff. It's gonna be sweet.